Yo, what's happening? What's happening, Chiefs Kingdom? My Chiefs family, my ride or die Chiefs fam, what's happening? It's your boy Walker Martin in the building. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Wild Card Chief Podcast dedicated to our beloved Kansas City Chiefs. And before we get started and get into my reaction to the unfortunate loss, upset victory of the Detroit Lions beating our Kansas City Chiefs on banner night 21-20. Hey, do me a favor. Go on over to Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly, YouTube channel, I.O.W Sports Network for all three of those platforms. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, let you know every time we drop new content, of course, new episodes of Wild Card Chief. So now that we got all the, plugging stuff out of the way, I got to ask y'all a question, Chiefs Kingdom. Everybody good? We good? I've been seeing some good things about us and some bad things about us. Some good thing is I've been loving the realistic takes, from fellow content creators, reporters. I've been seeing some realistic things of, okay, there's some things we got to clean up. And then I've seen the opposite end. I see some freak out. All right. This is why I'm asking, are we good? We ain't freaking out. Like, your freak out meter's coming down, right? Is coming down, right? I'm just asking because, my few observations, which I'm about to give in a second, I understand all the circumstances that we were dealing with. Week one, some people missing. Hey, we only lost by one. And the fact that the Chiefs did not play a perfect football game, and the Lions pretty much, they showed that they were willing to be very desperate and throw, the whole kitchen sink at us, at the Chiefs, and for the Chiefs to only lose by one. And look, we'll get into it. All right, so let's be honest. Let's start with the observation number one. All right, and let's go ahead and nip this. Let's nip the elephant in the room. All right. All right. There's no other way around it. All right. Fact of the matter is, KT, Kadarius Toney, just won your night. All right. So the pick six, come on, he didn't guy. You got to catch that. There's no other way around it. There's nothing else you can say. I mean, I know people want to say, oh, well, he missed all of training camp. That's fine. You're a wide receiver. You got hands. Catch with your hand. I don't know what happened. The third one, to me, was just as costly, if not more costly, than pick six. I'll say that. Because fact of the matter is the Chiefs were driving and had an opportunity to get in field goal range. And hell, who knows? If he catches that, he might be running for a while. He had a linebacker trailing on him. And pretty much the only person back there that probably could have tackled him was C.J. Gardner-Johnson. So, yeah. A tough night for you, Kadarius Toney. I get it. You didn't have no preseason. We get it. The meniscus, cool. But there's no excuse for the pick six tip that you had on that drop, and there's no excuse for the one that to be in field goal range, and you tried to, coddle the football. I don't know what that was. Use your hands. And I'm not going to beat down on Kadarius Toney. I'm not. We just call a spade a spade. He knows this. Come on, man. Catch the football. Point blank, period. Help your team. Help yourself. Help your quarterback. Catch the football. But I'm going to be honest. The wide receiver room as a whole struggles. Let's just call it what it is. All right? And I know this as Chiefs fans, we came in with some expectations or correction, should I say, some optimism, because it's a lot of unproven commodities on this wide receiver group. We saw some good play from the wide receivers in the preseason. Hey, we did. But it just didn't translate in game one. All right. It just didn't. I know, MVS caught a few footballs. So did Justin Watson. And to be honest, I gotta, hey, Andy Reid, come on, man. I think Justin Watson and MVS deserved a lot more targets than what they did in that game. Those are two of your veteran pieces in the wide receiver room for sure. In the absence of Travis Kelce, lean on your guys that's been here, and they've shown that they can help make sure that the offense keeps clicking. All right, wide receiver as a room, just kind of struggled, and I just didn't like the fact that why did Justin Ross only get his first target like late in the fourth quarter? That blew my mind too, which leads me to my next observation is the play calling. Here's a few things with the play calling. And obviously, Andy Reid's been doing this for a long time. I'm a fan. I'm a fan with a podcast. But the fact of the matter is, when you know that your guy that helps this formula with Mahomes, Reid, and Travis Kelce, and you're missing 1/3 of that, I think you gotta get more balanced. Andy, this was not the night to abandon the run like you did. All right. This wasn't the night that you abandoned the run. All right. And second of all, get rid of the jet sweeps. Get rid of the jet sweeps. Why did Rashee Rice have a jet sweep? Why did Sky Moore have a jet sweep? Why did Kadarius Toney have a jet sweep? They weren't working. You didn't get your running backs involved enough for them to get in a rhythm. Pacheco didn't get enough totes. Clyde didn't get enough totes. Here's the biggest one. I've asked you, Andy Reid, to get rid of that Blake Bell sneak last year. Hell, I even asked you to get rid of it 2 episodes ago after the preseason game with the Saints. Don't believe me? I got receipts, baby. I mean, I asked you. I said, get rid of the Blake Bell crap. Can we get rid of the Blake Bell sneak? All right, he's off when they load the formation so heavy like that. Kind of makes it pretty obvious what we're going to do, especially when you sneak Blake in there and it's not an instant hike. So there's no element of surprise. Like, either perfect it or get rid of it. One or the other. Honest, it's not fooling nobody. I don't. Last time I can't even recall it actually worked. Honestly, if I'm being quite honest. Observation number 2. Defense. Woo. I mean, how many times we gotta have this conversation about that Blake Bell shit? Excuse my language, but I just gotta be honest. Gotta be frank. It ain't working. I can't recall when it's worked. Why is it still in the playbook? I've asked for you, Andy, to get rid of that play last year. I asked for you to get rid of that play in the preseason, and lo and behold, on week 1, you get desperate enough to do that same formation. Cut it out. No, like cut it out the playbook. Take it to a trash can, and before you drop it in there, dunk it in some kerosene and light that son bitch on fire. Get rid of it. I mean, come on, Andy Reid. You are too smart as an offensive-minded coach to not. I get it. I understand. Your installment was installed when Travis Kelce got hurt 2 days before the game. I get it. And Fact of the matter is, you just didn't do a good enough job to adjust to the injury on that short notice of time. And I get it. You're a creature of habit. But we just got to get better with this play calling. I mean, that's what you get paid for as a head coach. Adjust. I get it. You had a mindset in your mind like, oh, we're gonna, we got these plays gonna happen. It's okay. Injuries happen. You got to learn how to adjust. You just didn't adjust too well. Another observation: a lot of missed tackles. And it's not just me that said it. As your captain, one of your captains, your defensive captain, and Nick Bolton, he even mentioned it in a press conference. How many missed tackles there were, and how he wasn't, proud of that moment of the defense. Which, by the way, got to give the defense some kudos. You got to give the defense some kudos. We know who was missing, and you held a team to 14 points. A very high-powered Detroit Lions offense to 14 points. I got to remember they were a very high-powered offense last year, and they upgraded with some pieces like Jahmyr Gibbs. Thank you, Detroit Lions, for not giving Jahmyr Gibbs too many touches. He's electric. But hey, call a spade a spade. Defense played well, but that aspect of the defense, they didn't. Had some missed tackles. Got to shore them up. But it's ironic that we're having this conversation now, and we've had it in the history with this team under Andy Reid. Got to be consistent with the tackling. Be sure with the tackling. Stop trying to blow people up with the shoulder hit. You got to wrap up. You got two arms. Use them. Grab the ball carrier and take them to the ground. Point blank period. The missed tackles are starting to get annoying to me. They really are. I get it. It's football. Things happen. But come on. It's almost like a normal situation where we start seeing too many missed tackles with this defense. Last year, saw a crap load against the Lions. Saw a crap ton of missed tackles. Like, come on now. Spags, this is on you. When it comes to all these missed tackles, you gotta get on these guys. You gotta make them remember the importance of tackling. It's important. And of course, observation number 4, the other elephant in the room. Hey, both all pros was missed equally. And I say that when I say equally is because look at the effect of the game. Let's look at the CJ. Him missing. I get it. A lot of people gonna say, oh, we only gave up 14 points. I understand that. You only allow 14 points. Hell, I just said it a second ago. But the fact of the matter is, every time that Jared Goff stepped back in a passing situation, the only time the Chiefs got pressure is when it came from the outside and you get your speed rushers, get your L'Jarius Sneed or McDuffie or whoever, a cornerback, to rush on the outside because they were quicker than any left or right tackle. There was some pressure from Karlaftis. There was some pressure from Felix, yes. I'll give him that. Some pressure from Mike Dana, yes. But majority of that was from the outside. And so this is where Chris Jones was missed, is because you need that pressure up the middle that comes with having Chris Jones there. And it makes the defense runs a lot smoother. It makes it a lot easier to get to the quarterback. And here's another aspect where Chris Jones was missed. I mean, Detroit was killing the run game, especially late in the second half with those pull counter concepts where they will pull two couple linemen, pretty much create a hole between your B and C gap. And literally, I'm telling you, as a guy that watches a lot of football, Chris Jones would have killed that concept in a heartbeat if he was there. That pressure and that strength that he comes with up the middle would have killed that pull counter concept that they were doing, and that's where they got majority of their run yards from. All right. So I mean, we just gotta call a spade a spade. Chris Jones is there. I think he helps on both sides of getting the pressure on Jared Goff in passing situations, and he would have killed that pull counter concept that the Lions were doing, where they had majority of their six on the running game. He would have killed it. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And of course, Travis Kelce was missed, of course, because you can see how him not being there had an effect on Patrick. And it really didn't show until you start seeing all the drop passes. You start seeing some of the miscues from Patrick. We got to be honest, Patrick did not have a great game. All right, he skipped a couple of footballs, threw a couple of high, a couple of low. Someone on target with some of his receivers. We just got to be honest about that. Just because we Chiefs fans, we can't hold Patrick Almighty to the same scrutiny. He did not play a fantastic game. Take the drops out. I'm not putting the drops on him. Take the drops out. He still played a I type of football game. He was missing high, missing low, missing to the left, missing to the right. Hey, held on to the ball a couple of times. So we can't absolve Patrick. All right. But you can tell that he missed Travis Kelce, because even when he started to do the off-script stuff, not nobody, besides Travis Kelce got that kind of connection with him. Well, McKinnon does. We saw him against Denver last year with the little flip. But for the most part, Travis Kelce is that one guy that Patrick knows that he can go to when time is rough, the safety blanket. When shit is hitting the fan, he can go to 8-7. We know this. NFL knows this. Every opponent that's going against the Chiefs knows this. You take that element out, just as much as it was hard for Andy Reid to adjust on that short notice of the injury, so as much for Patrick. It took him a minute to adjust. Got to call a spade as well there on that front. Travis Kelce was severely missed. But we also got to, play devil's advocate. The offense was able to move the football. They were. Can't forget about the drops again. So if these guys make these catches and there's not so many drop footballs, are we really having this conversation? I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm just being honest. Hey, Chiefs fan, I'm not your average Chiefs fan. I can be objective and see things with a clear eye view. If some of these catches aren't dropped and more points on the board and maybe better play calling, it might minimizes the missing of Travis Kelce. Might. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. But the way that everything shake down, there's going to be fans going to freak out. There's going to be big time media like FS1 and ESPN. Oh, they really miss Travis Kelce. To a certain degree, yes. We really miss Kelce. But we can't act like that the football wasn't getting moved down the field when that offense was collected. Because they did move the football. They could have got more points. I know. Could have got more yardage. If there's not so many, drop passes and a little bit more chemistry. Just got to play devil's advocate. That's how I rock. But anyway, y'all, those are some of the observations I've seen. And I can't wait to talk to y'all again, because we're going to get y'all hyped for the next matchup, because we got to go to Duval, a place that the Chiefs have been running rampant in Jacksonville, Florida. That's, Arrowhead of the Southeast, if that makes sense. Because every time you go to Jacksonville, more times than not, we walk out with a dub. But like always, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, my Chiefs family, my Chiefs Kingdom, tapping in with your boy. And go on over to all the social media platforms, I.O.W Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, the YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification every time we drop content. I.O.W Sports 1 on Twitter. I still call it Twitter. Are we supposed? Is there a rule we supposed to call it X yet? I don't know. But you want to chop it up with me personally, KC Wildcard Mar on the Twitter, Wildcard Mar on Facebook and Instagram. And until then, Chiefs Kingdom, you know what it is. You know what it is. And the home of the. That's right. The Chiefs. Holla at you.